way to find breast cancer early. Book your free mammogram
Can you see me there?
by visiting
On your feed?
online. A mammogram only takes 20 minutes. It's free
Just gonna
and
talk
it
to
can
Jade.
just
Yep.
save your life. A New South Wales government initiative.
SWR, Sydney's West.
Tonight we have an extraordinary guest joining us. I'm so excited. This is Jacille of Culture Connection Australia. I will be with you until 8 p.m. tonight. Joining me is Lesley Spaliviero. She is a highly regarded psychic medium whose gift allows her to connect with energies and spirits and messages beyond the physical realm. With years of experience helping people find clarity, healing, and closure, Lesley is dedicated to using her abilities to guide others through life's challenges, transitions, and mysteries. Whether you're curious about the spiritual world, seeking answers to personal questions, or hoping to connect with loved one who has passed, Lesley's insight tonight offers a unique perspective. She's here not only to share her story, but also to provide live readings during the show. What a great pleasure to welcome Lesley Spaliviero. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me on your show, The Culture Connection. I'm really, really excited tonight. So we've got an hour of power, mediumship, and some questions and answers, and it's going to be amazing. So welcome to the Culture Connection show, and this is the live feed. There's Giselle in the background. I have to apologise. I've been calling you Jade.
I think that might be a prophecy, And so thank you so much, Jade, for being here. To be honest, you are a history maker.
Why?
You are the first ever psychic on the show.
Ah, there you go.
And I think everybody is so excited to have you.
Oh, thank you.
Because usually you do readings live on air.
That's right.
But tonight there's a little bit of knowing about what psychic means. Right?
That's right, 100%.
Because a lot of people don't really know what it means, especially among our migrant communities, because a lot of them are deeply religious.
Yes.
So they were born with it. So they're not
Yes.
really exposed to this some sort of energy. And
yes, everybody has it. People don't realize everybody has this gift, and I will always say that it's a gift. I don't believe it's anything else. And it's just how you use the gift. It's not demonic. It's not anything that I use to hurt people with. It's mainly for, giving guidance, talking to the people's past loved ones and giving them peace in the living, other than, the horror that they've been through when a past loved one goes over to the other side. So, and our souls are always around us. Our souls are always living, and our souls are always alive. So there's no way that I can receive all these messages if there wasn't anything true about it out there, so.
Yes, so what exactly does it mean to be a psychic?
So how I explain it on my shows, Giselle, is when you have your left brain hemisphere, you have your conscious mind, the mind that's listening to me. And then when you have your right brain hemisphere, that is your subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind does all the work in the background. It's constantly 24/7 making your heart pump blood around your body, making you keeping you alive. If there's lack of calcium in the bloodstream, it'll pull the calcium from the bones and put that back into the bloodstream. So it's all in automatic mode all the time. So the subconscious mind for me is the pineal gland, and they talk about that a lot of this stuff in the ancient history, in the ancient times, with the pineal. So it's like a little, like those pine cones that fall from the tree. That's what it's like. So, and that's what they talk about. And they even show that in ancient history, and they even show that around Egypt, and it's still to this day. And they believe in the numerology, they believe in astrology, they believe in. I don't believe in the doing the tarot cards. I don't need to do tarot cards. I believe that they're a bit. For myself, my opinion is they're a bit demonic myself. I don't want to even start ever using them. I do believe that they can just fit something to someone, like you can fit one card to anything, so I would prefer to get the real messages from spirit. But going back to the subconscious mind is, I believe that past, present, and future is the psychic side, which is what I get. And then the mediumship side is your past loved ones. So there's a separation here. So not all psychics can be a medium, but all mediums can be a psychic. Are a psychic, I should say.
Are you a psychic medium?
Yes, both.
Wonderful.
Yes.
And when did you first realize that you have these strong psychic abilities? Because you said earlier in
yeah.
the show that we all have it,
That's right.
but not everyone is practicing or manifesting it
No,
like
they
you
don't know
do.
how to use it. You know, like I have a lot of people that come on my show and I sense that it shows me as a theme. So the theme will be spirit running, but on my right side. That's why I look to my right every time I do my readings. I don't look to the left because I get all the messages on the right side brain. So I look to the right because then I can see what's going on, you know, with spirit and what they want to give, the messages they want to pass on. However, on the right-hand side is, you know, is clear, concise, fast, accurate messages I receive, and I get a smorgasbord of information. But when I see the shadows, sometimes I get them in themes. So, for example, a theme might be the shadows running, and the person will be in front of me, standing to the left, facing the left, with a shimmy of white mist behind it. So that tells me immediately that they're like me, but they don't know how to use it. They're inexperienced. So that's how I explain it to them on my shows. It's quite out there, isn't it?
It is, definitely. I'm fascinated. Like, I don't know what to ask next. So,
Maybe I know.
Remember, like you mentioned about the medium,
Yes.
right? What is the process like when you connect with someone who has passed away?
Yeah, so it just depends. If, say, for instance, if you want somebody to come through and you can actually talk to them before you even get to the medium, you know, a real medium. You can talk to them in your head or talk out loud. They still hear you. They'll still follow you around. They never pass over with any pain as well. So you just ask them and they should deliver. So I'm just the messenger. I'm just a pure messenger. I'm just like the mailbox. You go and get the mail out of.
Yeah. How do you respond to skeptics who don't believe in psychic phenomena or the ability?
Yeah, well, I have only one way of answering that, and that is, you know, if I get all these messages, I must have around 10,000 validations. I've probably done about 30,000 readings, lots of 467 live shows last night, and that's times 2 hours. That's over 900, nearly 1,000 hours, right? So, and if I can do that without seeing the person or even just getting a question. I never ask them for any information. I just want the question on my page. I don't want anything else. So if I can do that without any you know, guidance from the person that I'm reading for, then that's got to tell you something, you know, like it's the real thing. And the reason why I went and did all this kind of you know, live stuff it was because I got tired of all the fakes out there. You know, I got tired of all the people that were ripping people off and taking their money and saying stuff that were making them unhappy, and just real bad stuff I heard a long time ago. And I thought, no, that's it. I actually have to share this gift. And I've shared it with everybody around the world, and they're all free mini readings. So it's a lot of hours that I do, and I pay for it myself. I pay for the radio stations, I pay for my producer, I pay for my software, I pay for everything out of my pocket.
And you're just passionate about sharing your abilities out there.
Well, it's about that, and just making sure that people are okay, making sure people are at peace with their loved ones that have just passed over. You know, like a lot of people pass over without saying good, and the loved ones that are living don't get a chance to say goodbye. So that's what hurts a lot of people the most, is that they feel like because they couldn't get to the hospital on time, or the person passed over too quick and they couldn't get to see them, or, you know, or share or be there to support them, they always worry about that. And most of the time, the ones that's passed over, they don't really care. They just passed over with peace, and they're in a neutral position. So they're quite neutral. It's like putting the car into neutral gear, you know. So it's really a matter of looking at the car as an analogy, and taking the motor out that's still running. You put the motor on the side of the car, on the side of the road, and then the motor's still running. That's the soul, and then the carcass just you know, rusts away. That's it. You must always think about the soul, not the actual carcass, when you're thinking about the past loved ones, because their soul never goes anywhere, never ever.
You are so fascinating. What's the most profound message you've ever delivered to someone?
Oh my gosh, lots of messages. Probably I can't say it on air. I'd have to tell you off air, one of the most profound, because I can't speak due to media law. But it was at another radio station outside of here, and I had a mother on the live feed, and Ellie was there, my producer was there, and sure as ever, I had two sons that had passed over, and they were both next to me, but they lifted me up and moved me towards her. It was quite overwhelming, yeah. So and I feel everything as well. So I feel their pain, I feel, I get all the clairs, so the hearing, smelling, the numbers. I get just about everything. Sometimes it's annoying, but it's not,
Have you ever experienced, or have you had an experience that scared you?
Yes and no. So when I first started, it was a bit daunting. It was the headaches before I actually realized what was going on. Like I knew I always had this from when I was little, but I didn't even know how to use it. I had no clue. I used to say when I used to play soccer, I used to say all the time, you're going to get the ball there, and the ball's going to come to you, whoever the girl was on the soccer team, and then sure as ever the ball would go to her, and I go, oh, wow, that's cool, I got that, wow, she's got the ball, let's go. So I could always tell, and I would predict people breaking their foot or their ankle at the game or something like that. It was pretty bad, and I didn't realize it. I didn't know anything about it. I was very innocent. Did not have any clue about anything like that.
And how did it come about? Your profession, your accurate?
Well, I had cancer 18 years ago, so I'm a cancer survivor. And then when I was in hospital, I saw a lot of things in hospital, probably because I was the youngest girl on the actual ward, because I had the abdominal ward when I was sick, and I was the youngest person there, and I just kept seeing things in my room, and I thought I was, the medication that I was on for the pain to stop from the surgeries. I think I said, I've got to get off this medication. It's doing my head in. I'm seeing people and stuff like that. And that's when it all started. So that's when it all came to fruition, I think. So I was giving the second hope of life, I guess. And then really, I almost died when I had a perforation after some major surgery. And I was very sick. I mean, I took 12 months for me to recover. So I was a very sick person. You wouldn't recognize me, actually, if you saw my photos. I was very, very unwell. From the cancer, yes. So now I'm fine, 18 years later, and I'm still in remission. So that's pretty cool.
Well done.
I'm very happy, yes.
I am very happy that you're here. And you look amazing.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the myths about mediums or psychic that you want to debunk. Like, this is your opportunity to, hey, you mentioned a little bit about it
there's
earlier.
there's a lot of skeptics out there. There's a lot of people that believe that it's demonic and believe that it's actually, like, I'll probably get a lot of flack for this, but they believe that it's not a gift. They believe it's, well, look, all I can say is, why did the Creator give me the gift and not them? Why did I receive this gift? And then people will say it's not a gift, but I believe it's a gift, and that's my opinion. And everybody has their own opinions. And if I'm not using it to disadvantage people, or I'm not using it so that people are suffering with it, and I'm not ripping people off like others do, the fakes out there, then I believe that, and I've healed people. I've healed people around the world. So I've saved people's lives. I've actually made, people stop committing, that word. So I've actually made save people's lives around the world. And if I can do that and nobody else is, then I'm sorry, but you can't call me demonic after that, So, and I don't see anybody else doing that. I don't see anybody else putting their neck on the line. When you think about it, I'm putting my neck on the line live, 2 hours for 2 nights a week. That's 4 hours. I used to do 8 hours a week free. And I go 4 hours a week for free, and I put my neck on the line doing this live, and I do not have any information other than the question that they've given me. And if I get that correct, then what else does that tell you? That's a message from Spirit, true?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, I kind of get a little bit worked up when...
Yeah, stunning, very stunning. And this is a very personal question. Have you ever doubted your abilities in the last 18 years of your experience? Oh, probably more than 18 years.
Well, when you first start, so every medium, when they first start, they always have that little doubt, And what I found was that when people are up and coming mediums, and there's a lot out there, like everybody has this, they just don't know how to use it. And then some people like to turn it off because I don't know why, but anyway, that's their prerogative. But for me, I'm not turning it off. I believe I was given this to me as a gift, but I'm not turning it off. But going back to, I lost my train of thought then. What was it?
Have you ever experienced,
Oh.
have you ever doubted your abilities?
Yes.
in the
So when
beginning?
you're starting out, you kind of second guess yourself because you think, oh, wow, why did I just see two girls in a shopping trolley again pushing each other for fun down the street? Like that doesn't make sense to me. But when I say it to the person that I'm reading for, it makes a lot of sense, you know? So it's really quite cool how I can pick that up. And then that's what they did before the best friend had passed away. And that's just one example, you know? And then last night on my show, I had a young boy swinging on the actual clothesline, and sure as ever, that's what the son did. So like out of everything that I could possibly choose, and my numbers are accurate as well. I can choose the number to pinpoint exactly when they've passed on or when their birthdays are or someone around the family. So I like spirit to do, like I always challenge him, so I don't let him sort of chillax, you know.
Are there spirits who don't want to communicate?
Yes, of course. Yeah, I don't believe every spirit wants to come through. Yeah, and you know what, the personality that you have from the living side with the past loved one, and then the personality that you have when they pass over is almost the same. That's how I see it. And I've never seen anybody pass over in pain out of all my readings. Never, ever. So if anybody is concerned that, you know, passing over is painful or they're in agony or whatever the case may be, it's more agony to see them on the living than it is for them to see them in the passing. And then they've already gone over to the other side beforehand, before they even like, how can I say, if they're unconscious, say for instance, example is like a dementia patient or something like that, their mind has already crossed over while their body is shutting down on the living side, and their mind's already gone over, gone over.
There are messages that may not be easy to deliver.
Yes, 100%.
How do you handle the emotional toll of delivering difficult messages? Or do you even get personal? Does it affect you?
I don't know how, but some things affect me. I'm very sensitive and I have a big filter, but some things have affected me in the past, like, for example, if it's animals, anything to do with animals, because I love animals. As you know, we
we had that amazing experience. Yeah.
with the bird the other
We had
day.
that bond.
Oh, that poor bird. I'm still traumatized by it, but anyway.
You did so well on that one.
Yeah, so just going, it's really hard to explain. It depends on the situation, depends on the actual reading itself, and it depends on who I'm reading for. If I don't know the person, it's a lot different because I don't have any emotional attachment. But if I know them, I feel it, and I feel it before they even said it, or you know, it's and like I say things randomly that just comes off the top of my head, and I don't even mean to say it, but then all of a sudden it's true. Does that make sense? That's how kind of bizarre it is for me, and it still freaks me out too. And I don't have one eye in the middle of my head, but it still freaks me out as well. So
let's talk about ethics and boundaries.
Okay.
Yeah. Are there questions from the audience all over the world that you refuse to answer for ethical reasons?
Yes, well, media law, as you know, is very strict. So we can't say certain things. So when I go live, my spirit is so used to me now. Well, 467 live shows, it should be. So when I go live, I always make sure that that I'm on, like my spirit knows 8 till 10, we're on, that's it. So I don't actually have to do any meditation. I don't do anything to start. I don't even have time to even think sometimes. I just got to get in the studio. We've got 10 minutes to set up, or 6 minutes, 3 minutes. Sometimes we've done it in 3 minutes to set up, and then we're on air. So, but I don't do any meditation or anything like that to go on there. But those questions, just depends on the question. You know, there's certain media law stuff that we can't talk about, as you know. So.
And when I met you, I was drawn to you because you have this beautiful energy. And I said, oh, this beautiful, amazing woman with great energy. How do you protect your energy from negative influences?
So going back to that other question beforehand as well, I have an off switch button. So if anybody, doesn't matter who it is, if anybody upsets the apple cart with me, there's like 2 whammies, and you know how they say the third whammy? Well, that's your third whammy. If they upset me the 3rd time, it's done. My patience is gone. I don't turn back. I'm very strict like that. And because I have to protect my soul, I have to protect my energy with vampires, you know, like I mean. So I don't waste my time. I really don't. And I give them 2 strikes, you're out, or 3 strikes, you're out. That's how I pretty much operate. I'm very, very strict like that. I don't believe that people should go around hurting people for no reason. I don't believe that people should go around having an opinion for no reason. And when someone's doing something good all the time, and when someone's doing something like with the heart of an angel, you know, so if they're doing something like that all the time, and they're kind, they're generous, they've got, you know, a heart full of gold, then why should they put up with a toxic, unhappy, bitter, just people like that? I don't believe in it. And I feel like that they're demonic or something's got into them. I don't care. I'm just pushing away because my soul, my energy, I can feel their energy. I just don't need that.
Let's face it. You can see people's like who they are, right? So how does it affect your personal life?
It doesn't.
Like dating in you know, other, because you can see people. Can you see red flags?
100%.
Let's talk about that. Can you see red flags in relationship?
100%.
Like, oh yeah, this guy's good, but how do you handle it?
Yeah, I don't go there. I just say, no, that's it. I'm out of it. Definitely don't go
What
there.
if you like someone?
No, but I won't. I'll know straight away. I'll know 100%. 100% I know.
Did you ever struggle of choosing that? And
Yes, because I wasn't as I didn't use my gift and my ability like a lot when I was younger, so I didn't really use that. So it was quite I don't even know how to explain it. It's quite when I look back now, I think, wow, I wish I knew what I knew now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's always hindsight.
You mentioned earlier that it's a gift and everyone has it. Can anyone develop psychic abilities?
Yes, 100%.
If so, how?
Well, I just tell people on my shows to do about 10 minutes a day. If they believe that they've got the knowing, most of the time I see people when they start off, they've got the knowing and they know that the phone's going to ring. It's going to be Joe Blogs on the phone or someone's on the phone, you know. So if they've got that gift and they already know something's happening or they get that sensory kind of thing, then if they want to encourage themselves to learn it more, they can. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube. There's a lot of fakes out there, I believe. But they can also just do 10 minutes a day and ask spirit or ask their guides, ask, you know, the angels, the parking angels. The best way to test it is to ask for parking angels to help you out. When you want to go to the shopping center and it's raining, you don't want to get your hair wet or get wet. You just ask the parking angels to find you a parking spot directly outside the shopping center. And what happens? You'll get there and there'll be a parking spot directly outside the shopping center. I've done it 1,000 times.
Or you can just ask that there will be a car.
Yeah, that's pulling out 100%.
Pulling out
Yep.
right in front of you.
And keep doing it and you'll
Yeah.
see the difference.
I've
It's just,
seen that. Yes,
it's just,
definitely.
it's incredible how it works. It's
Do you have
true.
a favorite song?
Yes, sweet child of mine.
Right. I have a favorite song. It's called Destiny.
Ah, beautiful.
Baby, you're my destiny. You and I were meant to be. Below my heart and song. Da, 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 da. So that's my favorite song. I'm singing that song because my next question is, do you believe in destiny?
Yes,
Or
I
can
do.
people change the future?
Oh, you mean like psychically change the future or just what their own future or yeah. Of course they can. Like everyone has an opportunity to change their destination. 100%.
Wow.
Like nobody has to stay in this path forever. You know, there's a good side of the path and there's a bad side of the path. So it's purely up to you which side you want to go. Anybody could be anything. There's no reasons why somebody else has to try and make you happy because everyone has to make themselves happy. You know, I can't sit here and try and force someone to be happy when they're not happy. Do you know what I mean? So that's really important. People need to understand that everyone is there to make themselves happy first, and then whatever else comes about after that.
What is one message you received for yourself that changed your life?
Oh, that's a good question. I'd have to have a think about that one.
We can come back on that one if you
I
want.
think so. Yes, you'll have to come back on that one. I might have a few answers there.
Okay. Well, let's talk about validation because you have
Yes.
over thousands
yes,
of validation.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
I've got more on my computer at home, and Ellie loads them up onto a drive for me, and I just don't get time to put them all up. So, but people, most of the time people see them on my shows. Whenever you're on my show, they're always there. All my shows are all recorded. You can play any show back from 467 live shows ago. So any show, if you'd like to go back and see what I did the reading for you, see what comes true. People send me messages all the time of what I've said, in the future, like with, for example, the earthquake the other day. Someone just sent me last night, there was an earthquake a couple of days ago over in Cupid or something like that, somewhere over there. So
that's related to my next question. I think you're reading
really?
my mind.
Is that why you're looking at me?
Like I think she's reading my mind, guys. Like, this is insane. That's exactly my next question. Lesley,
what was that?
have you ever predicted an event that came true in a way you didn't expect?
Yes and no. I did a reading a long time ago, and one of my followers, Trish, she messaged me and she said, "Remember when you said that?" And I said, "What?" And she said, "You predicted that there was going to be a shark attack, and then a couple of days later there was a shark attack." And I thought, wow. And I don't even remember saying it. I have no clue that I've even said it. Sometimes I don't remember everything. So I'll see if I can find this while you're doing that. I'll see if I can find this message about the earthquake yesterday on my phone.
Yes, and guys, you're listening to SWA 99.9 FM. This is Culture Connection with Jacille and Lesley. This is will be with you until 8 p.m. tonight. And the format of the show is basically just talking about Lesley's personal experiences, some insights, and some curiosities we have about psychic and mediums. But anyway, in the middle of the show, I think around just after 7:30, I will be entertaining your questions, and I think, Lesley, you will be entertaining some questions or readings from our audience. Is that correct,
Yeah,
Lesley?
that's right. Yeah.
So if you have some questions, send them to me. I will ask Lesley on air. And I know that I received a couple of questions now, actually 3 questions now. Oh, wow.
There's that message from last night about the earthquake.
Wow, that's so true.
And she said 6.8 earthquake in Cuba. Well, sorry, you said that about a month ago. Well, yeah. I don't like to, that one's kind of like a bit general too for me. So I'd prefer to have it more accurate as well, like the fact and answers, fact and validations, I should say. Thank you.
What do you get out of this, Lesley? You do a lot of things for free.
I do a lot of things for humanity, exactly. I do a lot more than outside of here as well. But what I get is I believe that being given this from the Creator is a gift that I need to share back. So paying it forward, that's what I do. So I pay a lot forward.
How do you differentiate between intuition and a psychic vision?
Very good. How do I differentiate between a vision, like an intuition? So intuitive, I believe that it's just like you've got that knowing, like you just know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? But when you have a psychic, past, present, and future, when you have mediumship, it's talking to the past loved ones. So they need to be able to validate from the past loved ones. That's how I decipher that.
Mm-hmm. And we know with the rise of AI at the moment,
yes,
the rise of ChatGPT, you can ask questions there,
yes,
and technology. Do you think they interfere with psychic energy, or is this a type of job that can replace you?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. I doubt it. I don't think so. I mean, it can replace just about everything else. Like we've just seen robots and things like that. So it's definitely coming up in the world. But I don't believe that it can replace a real, genuine psychic. And there's a lot of good people out there like that.
Mm-hmm. Because did you know that my friend the other day, she said, do you know that ChatGPT passed the bar exam in the US? So I am thinking about career progression here. Should I be a lawyer? Should I be a psychic in terms of longevity and survival?
Well, I think yes. I think the lawyer. Well, you're just going to have to learn AI, aren't you? That's pretty much it. That's how we're going to have to do everything. Is just learn AI or become a robot.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's just have some. I have some really curious questions from the audience, but before that, I'm going to we're gonna take a break because I'm going to announce some events coming up. And one of the events coming up, by the way, guys, this is SWA 99.9 FM. I'm with Lesley, Psychics on Air. We are live on Facebook. Thank you guys for tuning in. Really amazing. So Sydney friends, there is an event on 15th November on Friday at Kaloka Lake in Sydney. It's comedy meets music with Zach Padilla, Sarain Kapala, Daniela Diva, Christopher Samson. And it will be at Blacktown Workers Club, 55 Campbell Street, Blacktown. And for tickets and sponsorship, contact Ruby, Edward, or Marian. You can ring Edward at 0404069273, or you could just simply email at red_BATALLONES@yahoo.com. That's a mouthful. It's on our Facebook page anyway. Also, another event coming up is the International Men's Day Breakfast, hosted by the Rotary Club of Norwest. So that's hosted by Norwest Sunrise Rotary Club. That would be on at 3 Columbia Court, Balcombe Hills in New South Wales. So that's on Friday, 7 p.m. And for tickets, just go online. It is hosted again by Norwest Sunrise Rotary Club. And the last one is Boholano and Friends Australia. We are holding our event at Liverpool Catholic Club on the 24th of November 2024 from 4:30 p.m. We still have 5 tickets left. If you want to support and meet a lot of Boholanos in Australia, then that is a perfect opportunity. Just contact GCL 0434-321-014 or visit our Facebook page, Boholano and Friends Australia. Hey, we are here.
Turn it up. You can turn it up.
We are back on air with Lesley, Psychics on Air. Again, we are live on Facebook. Visit Psychics on Air. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Really appreciate you. And Lesley, can you do a live reading on the show?
Yes, I've got questions here from some people, but I just wanted to ask Dan Mustang, what did you mean? I don't even think you can read a book. I don't know what he means like that with that, but anyway. We've got people in here. Glenn Young, my son is a survivor too. He was 5, now almost 18. That's pretty cool. But we've got, did you say you had some questions there?
Yeah, I have some questions.
Okay,
here.
yeah, go.
One question is...
What's the name of the person?
Her name is John Daniels.
Oh.
Can you ask Lesley the date my brother passed away? As we don't know, we were given a window of 10 days. I used today as the day of passing, but in reality, we don't know. I found him passed away.
Oh, that's our Joanne Daniels, isn't it? Yeah, I thought so. Well, I don't know why, but I'm getting the 10th around you. Oh, my pen's just run out. 1 second. I get the 10 around you there, Joanne. 10th or 10 October. I feel like October was a significant month. Birthdays, anniversaries, memorials. I'm also getting the number 5 and May as well. So 14, definitely 14, 5 or May, lovey. Definitely going back to that. 100% there around it just shows me May. And so they said 5 May or 14, 5 or May as well. I'm also getting 19 as well. So 1 and 9 is 10 in the month of October. So 100% going back to October. And they're also showing me dryness around the mouth as well as issues with swallowing as well. Okay. Swallowing and dryness, dehydration as well. Back over to you there. That was the quickest reading I've ever done.
Is it so?
No, because I normally do a little bit longer, but that's cool.
Do you have more questions there?
No, if you have any, just you give them to me. It's okay.
Okay, there's another question. It's not a reading, but she is an animal lover.
Mm-hmm.
Do pets or animals communicate from the other side?
Yes, 100%. I don't like doing pets though. I like doing humans or people because I'm an animal lover and I don't like to see them in pain. But they do come into my readings. If they've just passed on, they do end up coming into my readings sometimes, and I can usually see them, mucking around or whatever they did with them or wherever they slept, and I can tell them where they slept. Yes.
What spirits communicate in languages you don't understand? Or can spirits communicate in languages you don't understand?
No, well, not for me.
Not for you.
No, I just hear English.
English?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep. Doesn't matter what nationality they are. I hear the English, but I can hear the accent. For example, if they have an accent and it'd be, oh, you know, I used to go to work with this in the truck and all this, and I can understand kind of things like that.
All right. I wanted to ask, what should someone expect during their first psychic reading?
Well, if it's on air, it's a mini reading, if it's live. But if they're doing a private reading, it's completely different. It's kind of, and I get a lot of information at the start, and then I just put everything together. So everything will link up at the end, and it's really quite bizarre how different things will start to link up.
Right. This question is for me.
Hmm.
Is there a time limit on how long
No,
spirits stay connected to the living?
no.
And what's the longest you've ever did?
There's no time limit. They always are around the past. The past loved ones are always around the person. That's how I see it. And then some people say to me, oh, I don't feel them around anymore. Then I see Spirit throwing his hands, and I see Spirit throwing his hands up in the air going, oh my gosh, I've been here the whole time throwing things in front of them, showing the light, doing this, doing that, and they're still missing it all.
I have this question. I just need to translate it in English.
Oh,
Let me translate this in English. Guys, you're listening to Swa. Okay. Wow. I think a lot of these questions we've already tackled this, like
yeah.
what's the difference between a psychic reading and a medium session? So we've done
yeah,
that
we've done
ourselves.
that.
But if you wanna answer that question,
Yeah,
that's fine.
medium psychic is past, present, and future. Is my opinion. Psychic is past, present, and future from my spirit guide, and then the mediumship side is from your past loved ones that are giving me information. They come through on the right hand side of me, and they give me the information on my right hand side.
Okay. I'm sure our listeners are as curious as I am about how a reading works. Would you mind giving me a quick reading to show everyone what they can expect? It can be anything, whatever energy or message.
What's the name of the person?
I can't tell their name.
Okay.
I will tell them. Jess, I will spell it for you.
Mm-hmm.
J
Mm-hmm.
H E P.
Jep.
Yes.
That sounds nice. What a nice name. I get the number 18 for you. 1 and 8 is 9 in the month of September. Now, are you actually signing any paperwork or signing contracts? Because I see the hovering in front of me. I see the paperwork in front of me, and it looks like there's two pieces of paper hovering in front of me. So it always tells me that there's something that someone's either going to a court, because I get the letter C on it. So I'm either going to a court case, they're signing some documents for a new job, or they're signing something over like a house or job description, something like that, So definitely something that they are signing in the next few months. And this is really important because when I see the contract, I usually like to warn them about their clauses in the contract. Always triple check the clauses in the contract. I also see property as well.
I think we need a lawyer for that.
I wonder who that might be.
I'm not sure about that. Okay, another question.
She doesn't hold back, this lady, I tell you what.
Her name is Diana.
Mm-hmm.
D-I-A-N-A.
Yep.
Could you provide me with a bit of guidance on my career, please?
So work. Okay. So going forward, I feel like I've just got the number 2. So February, definitely between February and March. And this is making you nervous because I feel like I'm trying to get my words out here. Who's the person that kind of has a little bit of a lisp or a stutter around you as well? Like they're a bit shy and they kind of get nervous and say double words. That's what I'm hearing. But I also get February and March around you. A couple of obstacles before then, but I feel like everything's going to settle down at the end of March for you. But look forward to June and July as well, because June and July, that's when things are going to significantly change around work, and I'm looking forward to it as well, because it's going to give you more opportunities. Okay, and this, whatever you're doing right now, is just kind of like little slow stepping stones to the next level, and look forward to it. I see smiles on your face, and if you're going for the interview, then you need to be wearing a light blue color, because that's going to be peace and harmony for the interview. And I'll leave that there. Thank you.
Right, thank you. And that's all I've got so far. Now, I'm going to ask you some general question, and it's all about future outlook. Moving forward. How do you see the role of psychics evolving in modern society? I understand that, before, especially, when you open the show, the Egyptian, we use this numerology and all of
It's
that.
really quite bizarre. I don't know a lot about it, but I had a friend that did documentaries in Egypt, and they came on my show. Well, one of them came on my show one night and said, "Oh, can you tell me which tomb are we going to go in?" and things like that. And then I described the tomb, and I drew a picture of the tomb and the inside of the tomb, and they said, "Yes, that's the one we want to go in." So it was pretty cool. But going back to like all that stuff, I don't know. There's a lot of psychics and mediums out there. There's a lot of, world-known one as well. There's a lot of people doing a lot of good things with it, but then you've got the ones that are doing the bad things, and I feel like they will just fall off the Richter scale soon, because they need to. They can't keep doing what, and they can't sustain what they're doing unless they've got the the gift of the gab of ripping people off. So.
You're a great speaker.
Oh, thank you.
Have you always been like this, or
I think
has it been developed as you continually practice? And
I'm so used to talking on air now and talking in public. It's not funny. It doesn't faze me anymore. I used to get concerned about it, like you get the nerves and things like that. But once you're on there, you're on there. So you don't actually have to worry too much. And if you've got nothing to hide, if you've got nothing that you're here to make bad or whatever, you just naturally do it. So when we first started doing Psychics on Radio, Angels on Air, I used to have a couple of people with me as well. And we used to plan everything out. The whole show was planned out, and I'd spend hours on the timing. I'd spend hours on when the ad breaks had come in and things like that. And then sure as ever, next minute we get there and nothing would go to plan. Absolutely nothing. We'd have it all over the place. And it was just ironic how we just could not plan the whole evening, So then we started to realize that it was spirit or whoever it was out there, making it so that we could just be as authentic and as organic as we could possibly be. So now I don't plan my shows. I go with the flow. I never plan my shows. I probably haven't done 400 live shows planned. Don't need to. I just go straight through, and whatever I get, I say. That's pretty much how I work. I within reason of media law.
You are also working.
Yes.
Mainstream work.
Yes.
How do you balance
Easy.
Psychic work with daily life? How do you do it?
Easy.
A lot of people you're working full time, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So how do you balance it?
It's easy. You just wake up and go to work and then come home again. So you just got to be really organized, to get to the radio station. Like my shows are at 8 till 10, so I don't have to rush too much when I get home. You know what I mean? So I'm already organized before I've already made meals the weekend before or something like that. So I'm pretty organized at home.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned about your psychic abilities are a gift, but you also feel that it is also a responsibility.
Maybe, I don't approach people. Like I've seen some mediums approach people and, on TV and stuff, and they'll approach them and say this and that and this and that. But I don't do that. I don't go and push this to anybody. I'm very humble about it. I try and keep to myself with it at work, except for when the Melbourne Cup was there the other day, and I chose the hot pink shirt and the number 12, and it was exactly that jockey. It was quite bizarre, and everyone was freaked out about it. That was really cool. I laughed. I just sat there and laughed. Said, "Yep, I just saw this. I just saw that." And then the next minute, there's a horse running, and it's won the number 12 and the hot pink jersey. So it's quite bizarre, but yeah, I try and keep humble about it.
You're listening to Swan 99.9, and with me is Lesley, a psychic and a medium, and we're very privileged to have her on the show. And please go to our Facebook page, Culture Connection Australia. You will see us there broadcasting live on Facebook, as well as Psychics on Air. Really cool. I have a question here from Damon, Demon. Lesley, I've had some significant milestones in my life recently. Are there any messages around me that I should pay attention to as I move forward?
Oh, yeah. I actually just saw the shadows around you there, Damon, and I feel like that you have this knowing as well. Your success has come from the hard work, and I mean, I know that sounds really general, but the hard work and effort that you've actually put into it. And they always say that where focus goes, energy flows, and I believe that you have that kind of old soul gift behind you there that's pushing you in the background. And going forward, I do feel like that there's some things that you've missed along the way, but as you've gotten to a lessons learned phase of your life, you're saying, well, you know what, I'm not going to be doing that again. I'm actually moving forward. This is time for change for you as well. Look at the 555. 555 is coming up, and this is going to be around the March for you as well. So look forward to March, and I'll leave it there. I feel like March is going to be a significant month for you. It's like the sky's the limit. That's what I'm hearing. Good luck. Well done.
Bella, Balla.
Yeah.
What do you feel about my current relationship?
Does her surname start with an M?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, how do you know that?
As I think she's been on my shows before, yeah.
Oh.
I'd love to claim that one, but
Yes. What do you feel about my current relationships? Are they aligned?
I think we did her the other night. Bella, what else do we have here? The current relationship, I think I did her the other night. I remember reading her the other night. But I do feel like that it's time for changes you there, Bella, as well. Look forward to the new year, new you. I'm hearing new year. That's what I'm hearing. New you. So, but this is all a matter of just putting it all together. It's like the universe for both of you hasn't aligned with each other, and if it hasn't aligned, there's usually another underlying reason behind it. Okay, the communication's gone south, if you want to put it bluntly, and I'll leave that there. Thank you. But I'm pretty sure I read her the other night.
Next is from Gomes, Gomz. Do you sense a specific purpose or calling I should be focusing on right now?
Not right. I feel like this is more about you there, Goms. So, and you haven't had time to even scratch yourself as well, because I'm also getting left pain in my left ankle as well. So I don't know what's happening around there, if that's you or someone else around the live feed here, but I get the dull ache and the left pain in that left ankle there. But I'm also feeling like there's time for, production. It's like I'm hearing production, the production line. It's like your never ending story.
Right. We should go to the live feed, Lesley. I think there's lots of comments here. We should go there. Thank you guys for tuning in. Really cool.
Yeah, thank
I'm
you.
going to read some comments there. Hi, Lisa. All right. So there's...
Yeah, everybody has a conversation on my page, so it's hard to read it sometimes.
It's like you built such an amazing community.
So there's one from Cheyenne. She says, you have definitely brought myself relief and peace previously. Thank you, lovey. So that's what it's all about. And my shows are kind of more about the people themselves. So I like it so that they actually, I've had Michelle Coburn, Jill Polglaze have been on my shows forever. Another one, Tracy Gibson, Wendy Merce-Martin. These ladies, there's so many on there. If I've missed you, I apologize, but there's so many on there that stay on there, and they look after the people that are new on the show, and they always like I've got to give them a plug. They always actually grab the newbies, the ones that are suffering, with their open arms, and they put their open arms. And I just want to say another thing too, Giselle, is one of my old high school friends, I heard from her today, Hillary Goldwyn, and her son had a major accident, and I said that I would send some loving healing prayers to her tonight.
Sure.
So we will do that later. But I just wanted to say that she's just come on here and she's asking for everyone to help her make her son walk again, because he's currently in the spinal unit. And we have actually done things like this before. We've actually put people back from being debilitated. Like I had another follower where I went and saw she had a stroke, and a year later I said to her husband, I said, yes, she will be feeding the baby. The baby was 6 weeks old when it happened, and she's had major surgery on her brain, and she was virtually could not speak at all, but now she's speaking to me on the phone. I only spoke to her 2 weeks ago on the phone, which I was so happy, and I'm going to see her this weekend again. So when I first saw her, she wasn't talking. By the time I'd left, she was saying 2 words, which was thank you. So I was very blessed to have that. Very blessed to have that gift. And I told him that she was going to be walking again, and she told me that she was actually walking up the stairs. So it wasn't like, like we would walk up the stairs, but she was walking up the stairs enough to keep her going. She had that drive in her, like the survival drive. So, which was very beautiful.
Mm-hmm. I think we have 3 questions online.
Okay.
Greg, has spirit have any signs for me?
What's the name of that one? Sorry?
Greg.
Spirit and signs. Oh, yes.
Has spirit have any sign for me?
What I get for you there, Greg, I feel like the number 19 for you as well. Number 19, 10 or October. October was a significant month as well. So signs, or when we're on the show, we always ask, and I always see things like 1111, 3.33, the 3.3s are 2.22s, the 1.11s, always the time for you. So look for the time, and that's going to be your answer to your question. So you have a lot of questions that you like to have answers, but you don't always get the answers because you're always second guessing yourself. And when you stop second guessing yourself and you trust in what you get, then your whole paths are going to change again for you. I'll leave that there. Thank you.
Another one from Geraldine. Do spirit have any message for me, please, and thank you?
What I get for you is number 14 around you as well, 5 in the month of May, Geraldine. And also, I just heard the poem call, or the little nursery rhyme, Ring a Ring a Rosie. I don't know, pocket full of posies. I don't know what that means, but I just heard that nursery rhyme. So whatever that means. Did you used to do that? I mean, that's very broad. Or is there a young girl around you doing this, a young little girl? Because I just feel like that she's like the nursery rhymes, or it means that there's a young girl on the way, like pregnancy on the way, not you, but pregnancy, female. And I'll leave that there. Thank you.
Greg said, validation, my birthday is 9 October.
Oh, there you go. Can't get it any closer than that, can we? So there you go. There's your October, my dear friend. So look forward to the future. It's going to be very, very good for you because you're very open to what's going on around in the world, and it's going to be very nice for you.
There's another one. Hello from Belgium. So we have people all over the world listening.
It's beautiful.
This is from Hillary. Hi, everyone. Please pray for my son.
Yeah, that's my friend. Yeah, that's my friend. Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And there's someone who asked, who's this lady with Lesley? Hi, I'm Jacille. I'm the host of Culture Connection. I'm borrowing your much beloved Lesley, sharing the blessing here at Culture Connection Australia. So again, my name is Jacille. Thank you very much. Okay, we are going to ask one more question. We have 4 minutes.
Wow.
4 minutes. Can you believe it?
Yep. It's gone so quick, and I've got a prayer we want to do after the show before we finish.
Probably this is maybe last 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is a very general question.
Mm-hmm.
What's the most important thing I need to hear right now from Peter?
Oh, what's the most important thing? I feel like this is more around your health. I feel someone's got diabetes in the family here. So Peter, is that from Peter, or was that? Yeah. So diabetes, that's what I'm getting. And I feel like there's restless legs or something not right with the legs as well. And I'll leave that there. But make sure your health is on point, guys. You don't have anything unless you have your health.
Right. I'm tossing between a question from a listener or my last question for you, but I'm not going to choose. I'm just going to ask you both.
Fair enough.
Okay. Last question is from Lila, Leila.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Do you sense any unresolved energies from my past?
Unresolved. I do feel like there's trauma there, but I know that you're a strong person. But this is. I just wrote survivor as well. Survival of the fittest. That's what I'm hearing. And I also feel like there's a number 14 for you as well. Lots of people with 14 tonight. 14, 5, or May. So look forward to May next year because it's going to be very nice for you. Okay, lots of good stuff coming up. Very, very pleasant. But leave the baggage behind, lovey. You can always leave it behind. You don't have to drag it around with you. And that's one thing that I've always taught myself there, Giselle, is to never, ever go back to the past. Because if it's trauma or if it's sadness or it's doom and gloom, why keep dragging yourself through the doom and gloom and the sorrow? You know, like you just push it aside, get on with it. It's the past, and the past is the past for a reason. And I'll leave that there too.
We have 3 minutes left.
Yes,
Lesley.
and I've got one prayer to do.
Shall we do the prayer?
Yep. It's called Angels, and it goes like this. Angels have wings that we don't always see. They give us signs, a butterfly or a feather maybe. Some they come in our times of stress. Sometimes it's a feeling of a soft caress. Some come in simply whisper in our ear. We often doubt ourselves. What did I hear? Quite often so gentle, that's them being kind. We turn and we look thinking, I've lost my mind. Now you have not. It is so subtle and quiet because they care, just showing you that your angels are always there. So next time you doubt yourself, and this you will do, relax in the knowledge that they are always there for you. We all have angels come what may. They ask for nothing, hence why we pray. Good evening, everybody. You're listening to Radio Soir, 99.9 FM. And thank you so much, Giselle, for having me on here tonight. It was a pleasure. It was very exciting, and I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
I enjoyed it the most. I think between us, I have more fun.
Fair enough.
I have a last question
Yes.
for you.
Okay.
Okay. With you moving forward, what's the future looking like for you?
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Are you going to win lots of lotto? Or?
Well, we just won. We won. I did a syndicate with my work. I don't know if you know. I did a syndicate with my work, and I knew that I couldn't win by myself, so I did the syndicate with them, and 14 of us won $58,600. So we all got just over $4,000 each. Now, before I went down to buy the tickets, I had a conversation with my work colleague, and we were talking about the number 8, and I'm a number 8, and this year is a number 8. And I was talking to him and just teaching him a little bit about the numerology and stuff like that with the number 8. And then sure as ever, guess what number we didn't get? And what happened? We would have won $5.367 million each. And we had the number 7, and we should have had the number 8. We had every single number except for the number 8, but we had the number 7. So we're one digit and one number away from 5.67 million.
Were you upset?
I'm still upset.
Right.
Absolutely. Don't you worry. Even the people at work are like, oh, we're back at the grind again. Yes, and then I said to my friend, my work colleague the other day about the Melbourne Cup that I said, every year I win the Melbourne Cup. And he goes, the next minute I win first place in the Melbourne Cup. So I rest my case.
Amazing winning case. Thank
Yes.
you guys for tuning in. Culture Connection Australia. We'll be back next week. And thank you again, Psychic Medium Lesley.
Thank you. Cheers. Oh, it was really quick. My gosh. Doesn't it go quick?
My God, that's good.
Hang on a sec. Let's turn this off.
Come and try Marlowe's all day. Our new all-day dining destination, serving brunch, lunch,
Bye.
classics.